So in this video, we're going to be looking at the Share It Swatch stack. Now, this is a useful stack when you want to turn anything you want into a share action. So here I have a demo where I have a picture. It's just a picture stack. I have a header stack and then a button stack. All three of these stacks are from my starter pack. So it is free. Go ahead and download that. Now the Share It Swatch can be accessed from the components dropdown inside Site Styles, or you can access it directly from the swatches stack as well in this big, huge, ginormous list. It's towards the bottom. So let's look at some implementations here. So here in this picture stack, I have a class of share sheet. Let's look at the share sheet swatch here. So here I have a Share It swatch, and I've added a class of share sheet. And what I've done is I've then configured that to work with the share sheet service. So all I did is I set the service to share sheet. I said it's going to automatically get the metadata from the web page. If you want, you can actually manually define that data as well, but I'm fine with automatic. And just this one simple thing allows me to trigger a share sheet action just by clicking on this photo. Let's have a look. So clicking on this gives us access to the share sheet. Super easy. We've done the same thing here inside Mastodon. So this is just a header where I've created a class called masto.sh. Okay. And I have a Share It swatch set to that class. It's set to the share service of Mastodon. I've configured my pop-up window size, and my share data is automatic. It's going to get acquired from the meta tags on this page. Let's go ahead, and in order to use this, we need to preview in the browser. So we'll go ahead and click on that. So we get our pop-up window, and then it will share to Mastodon. Now, last but definitely not least, this is a common use case for this, is actually just integrating it into a button. Okay. Now this button stack is from my starter pack. If you're using like a Foundation 6 button, there would be a class setting here. But the starter pack button works a little bit differently. So we go ahead and here we can click edit link. And this works with any link as well. This is how you would do it with any sort of link within stacks. So we go ahead and add a class attribute to our link and set that to be copy link. Okay. Again, if you're using a Foundation 6 button, it's a little bit easier. You just have a class setting directly here, and you can put that class on that button. And then here I have my Share It swatch set to the copy link class, and that simply ties to the copy link service. And at that point, all I need to do is I can click on this, and the link is magically copied to my clipboard. Now, before we go, I want to show you one small caveat, and that is to get around content blockers. Okay. Since we are in control using the swatch of the classes, you have to be careful of what classes you might want to use. Let me show you an example. Let's go ahead and create a share swatch for Facebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a class. Seems logical. It's going to be share-Facebook. Okay. And that's going to configure to the Facebook service. Okay. And let's go ahead and add this to a button. So I talked about Foundation 6 buttons. Let's just go ahead and use that. So I can use the normal button stack. Okay. And let's just give it a text of share to Facebook. Okay. And I'm going to give it the class of share-Facebook. Okay. And just for fun, let's go ahead and let's add a little bit of radius or roundness, and let's make it center aligned. Okay. All right. So now I have my button share on Facebook. And if I were to click on that, it should open up a Facebook share. And let's test it out. So here I've previewed my page. And if you notice, the button is nowhere to be seen. Why is that? That is because I use a content blocker. Let's go ahead and I'm going to turn off the content blocker. I use one called One Blocker. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to pause blocking, and it's going to refresh my page. And magically, when I turned off content blocking, my share button is there now. It wasn't there a second ago. It's there just because I turned off my content blocker. Now, why was that? That's because of the class name that we chose. We chose something very explicit that a content blocker thinks it needs to block: share Facebook. So what we need to do is be a little bit cryptic here. So instead of a class share Facebook, I'm just going to do FBSH, okay, Facebook share. Okay, so now I have a class called FBSH, and I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and change this to FBSH here. So now my button, nothing else about my button is, everything else is the same. It just changes the class. That's all I did. Let's preview and have a look. So now my content blockers are back on and we see our button. And if you see, if we click on this button now, it will launch our Facebook share.